If you're lost or you're depressed or you're feeling like there is no meaning to life, I believe that the highest form of meaning is communion with God. Because what he can do is give us meaning to every aspect of our life. Viktor Frankl, who was the concentration camp survivor, one of his quotes that I love is he said, "Suffering ceases to be suffering when it takes on meaning, such as a sacrifice." I'll give you an example of this communion with God and meaning in our lives personally. I have a son, Carter's 14 years old, plays football. Brilliant athlete. Fastest kid in his grade by far, was fifth in the state in the 100-meter, third in the long jump. Very talented child. Great athlete. Doesn't get to play a whole lot of football on his team because there are dads, 10, 12, 15 of them that coach, who all have boys on the team. And all their boys start. And while they're not the greatest athlete, they get to start because their fathers are in positions of power. So this has been frustrating for me to watch my son put in the time and effort to become a great athlete and then not be able to use those talents in, the team sport that he's involved in. And I've been praying to God about this thing, but I've been asking for my will to dominate. Like, let Carter get some playtime and have success and do all these things. And I just realized this is all me. What is God's purpose in it? I kind of got fed up with it. And I'm like, I don't understand what the purpose of this is. And then sat down for a minute and thought, hey, where can I find purpose in this experience? And I thought, okay, let me go to God and find what his will is for Carter in football. And so I asked him, and the answer I received is that Carter is to learn to endure well, that he will receive a witness after the trial of his faith. There's a scripture for us in a book called Doctrine and Covenants that was given to a prophet of the restoration for us, Joseph Smith, where he's in jail, in Liberty Jail, on false accusations. And he asked the Lord a question, where is the hiding place of thy pavilion? He's feeling abandoned. And God says to him, basically this: if you're cast into a pit and your enemies prowl around you like a wolf, and you're divided from your family, and the billowing surge conspire against thee, he says, that the very jaws of hell shall gape open the mouth wide after thee. Know thou, my son, that all these things shall be for thy good, and shall give thee experience. The Son of Man hath descended below them all. Art thou greater than he? So what happened to my paradigm with Carter and his struggle in football? Immediately it was no longer suffering because it took on meaning. And so what is my conversation with Carter now? It's not, oh, you deserve to be playing. It's, who are we? We are the type of individual who puts in the work until our talent is so undeniable that we can't be held from our position. We are the type of person who endures well. We are the type of person who in our quiet moments chooses the right. We're the type of person who has value that we don't compromise in the face of adversity, right? And so I start to teach these lessons to Carter about what it means to endure well. In the face of adversity. And it has brought new meaning to me, to our relationship, to his vision of what it means to play on a team sport. And it's been brilliant. But that came for me through my communion with God in metaphysical means, in which science would want to discount and say is not worth anything. I vehemently disagree with that position because of my experience.